right. Let me see. Where's that? Nope. Let me do this one. All right. That's right. And it's look at the sunshine outside, and everything is rolling. Everything is rolling right now. Yep. Now let me check our different connections, and we will begin. Yes, there we are on X. Excellent. Yes. Yes. There we go. Could actually move it just a little bit. I'll leave it like that. Perfect. I think it's perfect. Okay. Okay. Where am I? There I am. Okay. Happy Friday, Tammy. Hey, we'll be out tonight. Road Patrol will be riding. Yes. The cold weather has broken. We are ready to roll. But hold on. Hold on. I give the big build up and then it cuts out. Look at that. 41. We had enough of the cold weather. Okay, there we go. All right, now it cut out again. Why is it doing that? Man. All right, there we go. There we go. Otherwise, JR, we are live on Facebook. Whatever one. I kicked out again. There we go. Oh. Okay, right now at 106. Hold on, everybody. The Facebook feed is fine. Let me try this one more time. We're having a little bit of a challenge. Okay, there we go. Live on cue. Okay. Now, as long as... Nope. I don't know what is happening on that end. Everybody that's watching on our other platforms. Okay, now, JR, right now, I would maybe check the Facebook feed because this seems to, for whatever reason, keep cutting out. So maybe just have it ready just in case. I'm looking at it. Right now, our radio feed is fine. And so if it remains fine, then we're good to go. And we will commence and begin the program. All right. Now, right now, again, I can't... Nope, and it cut out again. All right, this is... All right, I'm going to ask him. Everybody, again, if you're watching live, you don't have any problem with this. I'm going to ask him to go to the Facebook feed because for whatever reason, we're having problems with, and I have no... All right, now it's fine. Now it's fine. All right. We could play this game for the next hour. Now we're live. Now we're not. Now we're live. Not right now. We are live, as a matter of fact. So, JR, I'm going to leave that to you. You have both links right now, folks. Again, at 107, we are live. Yes, we are live. This is, of course, it's the real news as we continue the battle to try to bring you the real news. But, folks, in this portion of the program, that we have had tremendous activity on our website, which is depetro.com, and check it out. And remember, depetro.com, which is brought to you by the Cohasset Inn, 226 Cohasset Avenue, West Warwick. Lunch, dinner, drinks in the lounge, plus the market at Cohasset. And there's a link on our Facebook page for the Cohasset Inn. The Cohasset Inn, 226 Cohasset Avenue in West Warwick. Also perfect for a large gathering. Plenty of free parking, and it's safe. You're going to love it. I'm going to be going there very soon, the Cohasset Inn. Now, what we're going to do this hour is bring you the latest. And then at the same time, I do want to stay on schedule. So thank you to everyone that saw me on Court TV 2 days in a row, national television. This morning, talking about potential They better not. Potential TikTok ban. Hopefully not. Yesterday, it was talking about the Brian Walsh murder case where he accused of taking the life of his wife, Anna Walsh, and then also talking about the Cameron Reed case. Subscribers will get links for both. Subscribers will get links for both. I do want to stay on schedule before I get into, and we broke more news. I want to just, and I understand there's new people, and a lot of people don't understand how to use the platform, and that's fine. Now, also, I do want to remind people that we will be doing Road Patrol Live this weekend. It's whether people like it or not. It's subscriber only. It's 7 cents. 7 cents isn't going to break anybody. Now, when there's an established scene or something that is a huge scene, then we go live there. But other than that, I have found you have to know yourself. And the only way that I can tolerate doing it is if we do subscriber only, because the general public, it's just, I don't have time for I don't have time. I don't have the patience. Maybe other people do. Good for them. But I don't. If you can't afford 7 cents, what are we talking about? Period. No, I don't do it because I like to drive. I don't do it in order, to serve it. Listen, it is a niche. People like the content. Maybe people just don't seem to understand that. Yeah, that's what I do. I provide content that people like. Oh, so it's all about the money. Why is NBC in business? Why is Fox News in business? Why is Newsmax in business? Why would anyone be in business? It's a business. It's a business. That's what it is. And we're in the business of content. And people like the content. Did a video on TikTok. 5.4 million views. What does that tell you? It tells me and tells anyone that people like the content. We have another video we just did on TikTok. 1 million views. Did a video for on Instagram, 6 million views. What is that? That people like the content. Oh, he just wants clicks. Wrong. Wrong. People like the content. I want to address that before I get this whole business of just wants the clicks. Do you think is the NFL running games just for the sake of running? I watched last night. That was a fantastic college football game. Penn State, Notre Dame. Do you think they were all doing that for the love of the game? No. No, it was widely watched. It was great entertainment. It was live entertainment. Why did they carry the game? Oh, they just carried the game for clicks. The NFL, they run those games so people will watch them. Yes. Like it always comes back to that. It's so moronic. That chef just makes food because people will come in and pay to eat it. Yes, true. That guy's just got cars on his lot because then people come and buy the. Yes, that's right. God, you understand commerce. Yes. You create. Not everyone does it. Some people, by the way, I used to work in live music. I'd be around live music, and I mean a lot of live music. I would see on a regular week, when I was in a peak, I would literally see 10 bands or performers a week. So people loved their music. They became very popular. Crowds would gather. They would sell out. When they would put out some of their product, people would buy it. There were others, not so much. Some of the others would say, I just do it to be a true. No, you don't. You don't do it to be a true artist. Your particular style of music is just not catching on. Much like there are television shows that are canceled, there are restaurants that close. What does that tell us? That not enough people liked the show. Not enough people liked the food in the restaurant. So it's it's a common denominator. All right, now let me, because there is news. There is news here on this Friday. First, I want to tell you about Kids Club on the Pike. Kids Club on the Pike, birthday parties, youth sport teams. Let's just say you have a child, pick an age, 6 to 12. Perfect. Maybe you don't want to have everyone over to your house as the kids run around and destroy your home. Maybe you don't want to just go to a restaurant. Where you want to go is Kids Club on the Pike, birthday parties. Now, they also have before and after school programs and preschool programs. I think the world of them. They're geared for children. Kids Club on the Pike was built and designed for children. She is so talented. Right on the Cranston-Johnson line, right off of 295, Kids Club on the Pike. This is where you want to have that. Or maybe it's a before and after school program. Kids Club on the Pike. Look for them on Facebook. Now, if you check out dpetro.com, we have a lot. You know, it was last Friday that happened in West Greenwich. And I actually found myself this morning. It's actually sadder now than it was then. And you see the photos of those little children. And it's still there's a different dynamic to this. And now I recognize, I didn't fully get why certain people were contacting me. Friends of the father, friends of this Nick Arruda, and saying, stop talking about the story. And then these other people were contacting me. Will you post the GoFundMe? Post the GoFundMe. Will you share the GoFundMe? Well, what have we learned now, a week later? Which I just, it's so sad. It's so sad. But these people, stop talking about it. Nick was just quiet. Stop. These white supremacists that live in the Coventry, West Greenwich area. Stop talking about it. Then the other ones, just but push. Stop talking about it, but push the GoFundMe. Well, someone sent it to me, and I found the GoFundMe. And if you check out depetro.com, let's go to the GoFundMe they have. We're raising, first of all, help lay Danielle Lynn and family to rest. We're raising funds for the final resting expenses for these innocent souls and an unborn baby girl. And that's the first time I've heard. I didn't realize that it was a baby girl, unborn girl. Rest in peace, Danielle Lynn, Adele Grace, the little 5-year-old, Felix Arruda, the 2-year-old, and baby Arruda. God bless. And then you go into it. And again, this is all on dpetro.com. But what's missing here is we're mourning their loss. Their loss. And then you look at the GoFundMe and how much they've raised. And the fundraiser is on behalf of Deborah Arruda. Now, why don't they have the father's name on this GoFundMe? Why isn't his picture displayed there? Now there he is. How come this photo isn't on this GoFundMe? Now, I had someone, again, I understand people don't value time and people don't mind wasting time. One of the people, stop talking about it. And I said, who are you connected to? Who are you friendly with? The family. I said, which family? Well, I didn't say. I texted a message. Which family? The Arruda family. Oh, so friends with the Arruda family. I said, so his family And this person, no, they're all no, excuse me, they're not all the Arruda family. There's her side of the family, and then there's his side of the family. So his side of the family has a GoFundMe set up where they mention the mother, Danielle, and they mention the children. And it's all being done on behalf of, listen, I can't believe I have to actually explain this. But Deborah Arruda is not Danielle's mother. She's a member of the father's side of the family. This apparently is news to people. Her name was I know her name was Danielle Arruda. I'm well aware of that. My point is, other than her children, just because she married this lowlife creep, it doesn't mean her entire family took on her name. These people are, it's frightening to me. You know what else is? None of them are normal. None of them are normal people to follow. And this whole business, Nick was all right. He was just a little quiet. Let me explain something to these nitwits. He was not all right. And on top of that, I believe what we are hearing and seeing is guilt. As I have mentioned, like many of you, I feel horrible about what happened to Danielle, her unborn child. Now we're learning, according to his family, was a baby girl, and those two young children. But I'll say this, not trying to speak ill of the dead. Based on the family and friends that have contacted me in the past 7 days, it is no mystery to me that the Nazi lay about the house hasn't worked in 10 years, plays video games, and smokes dope all day. This is not a shocker. The people that would hang out with someone like that, not exactly the sharpest tools in the shed, and not even the type, and when you think about it and step back, who would be friendly with someone like that? What is it all part of the whole white supremacist thing? Who would be friendly with a guy like that? Can you imagine, he's just, listen, let me, Nick was kind of quiet. No, he was a bum. It sounds like he was a bum. I can't get into, he was a controlling bum. But no, it's tragic that she ever met him. There were these individuals that would go on. This could happen to anybody. It's mental health. Excuse me. As I said, all those things being said, mental health, whatever, laying around playing video games and smoking dope all day is not going to help or improve your situation. No, I think it's tragic she even ever met him. However that actually, I think they both went to North Kingstown High School. So, and I don't know what led to, I actually, learned some, things, how they met through people and through someone's brother and that type of thing. But no, he was a zero. Anyone at this point that would still be friendly with him, it kind of eliminates the mystery of course, then their reaction to this wouldn't be reasonable. And what have been the demands from this Arruda family? The Arruda family demands, number one, a week ago, they were trying to point the finger at her. I didn't fall for it. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know who was the excuse. It's preposterous. Coming at me last Friday. You don't know who did it. No, I know exactly who did it. Actually. Stop talking about it. It happened last Friday. And on top of that, we keep learning things. It's not these people just scroll past. I don't understand the mentality. If you're watching television, and you especially if you watch TV on a Sunday and all the football games, here's a spoiler alert. They're going to repeat some of the scores. Keep moving. What is wrong with these people? And do not dictate content suggestions to the chosen one. Frowned upon. I was on national television this morning, profiled on our TikTok videos. I think I know something about content more than the white supremacists that live in Coventry, North Kingstown, and West Greenwich. Hick nutcases. Stop talking about it, but share the GoFundMe. Gee, I wonder why they wanted us to share the GoFundMe. All these people, push the GoFundMe, push the GoFundMe. I'm not trying to be cruel here, but it's not that expensive. The burial expenses are not that expensive. And on top of that, I heard that one of the local funeral homes even offered to do it for free. So where is all this money going? Push the GoFundMe, push the GoFundMe. That's what I was told. So why are they so, and here's the thing. I normally wouldn't say this, but based on the people that have contacted me that were friendly with them, it would in no way, who's pushing the GoFundMe? Other white supremacists laying around playing video games, smoking dope, saying, push the GoFundMe. It's not that expensive. Outrageous is what it is. It is. But here's the thing. It is a sad tragedy, but it would be worse if we didn't talk about it. And listen, I get it. You know, I was flipping around on television last weekend, and I stumbled into Fox or CNN doing an update on the New Orleans situation. I didn't feel like hearing it. I flipped by. I didn't stay and then just start yelling, oh, I've already heard this. But here's the thing. This is the element. This is the element. That's what we're hearing. That's who would be friendly with someone like him. That is someone. This is the group. These are the people amongst us that would just say, oh, no, he was okay. It was just a little quiet. No, excuse me. He wasn't okay. There was something wrong with him. And if you were friendly with him, there's something wrong with you. No, what? He hasn't worked in 10 years. Lay around, smoking dope, playing video games, and putting tattoos on himself. Is that normal West Greenwich Coventry behavior? Disgraceful is what it is. Trash among us. Folks, this portion of the program, now, it's been very cold. If you're having a problem with your heating system, contact Modern Mechanical today. I shared their Facebook page. Heating, ventilating, air conditioning service, Modern Mechanical. In Rhode Island, experience providing professional heating, air conditioning. They can do, whether it's central air conditioning or central air, ductless air conditioning. But right about now, you need your heating system working as effectively as possible. They do boiler installation, boiler repair and maintenance, furnace installation, furnace repair and maintenance, heater installation, heater repair and maintenance. We are not out of the woods yet with winter. They're right on Jefferson Boulevard in Warwick. Contact Modern Mechanical, 401-441-5442. Modern Mechanical, 401-441-5442. 42. And I do share their Facebook page. Well, folks, good afternoon. I'm also going to mention, a story in just a moment that I don't know how much it's going to be reported on, but there are people learning about this tragedy, and that's what it is. And all of these individuals that were friendly with her and friendly with the couple and knew the family, where were all these people? Boy, they're coming out of the woodwork now. They're coming out of the woodwork now. As soon as there's a GoFundMe page, boy, this crowd is flooding out, and they're not shy, contacting all that, share the GoFundMe, share the GoFundMe. Yeah, check DePietro.com. Why are they hiding the name of who benefits it? Why is there a GoFundMe set up that his family, that nutcase, that complete zero, that waste of a male life that did that to his 2 children, wife, and unborn child? Why on earth? Someone posted, I didn't take it off, I would donate to both. Well, you're a better person than I am, perhaps. No way. Not a nickel. Not a dime. No. They're, as I have stated, that guy was a problem for a very long time. His own brother said, I cut off contact with him for the safety of my own family. All these friends that are coming out of the woodwork, they would encounter him. They knew him. They knew the whole thing, that she worked, he didn't, laying around. You're friendly with someone like that? I would never associate with someone like that. Some of these people, no, he was okay. He was just quiet. No, he wasn't okay. There was clear that he was just quiet. Yeah, like Manson was quiet. It's this, to do that is actually, in my mind, that's worse than it's actually a worse crime, if I could say that. And it is. For instance, in the summertime, with the little girl that was, lost her life. That was an argument between her father and those 2 young thugs, and he tried to run his car at them, and they fired at him. Well, they certainly didn't mean to hit the 7-year-old girl. They were shooting at the father. And the same thing with, the Monticello homicide, Keith, that was taken out right off Branch Avenue. As we're focusing on that. I mean, it's horrible that someone went and took him out, but it was some kind of a dispute that was going on. But this, to me, this is worse. This is like way worse. It's one thing you take the life of a fellow, another gang member, or something, a robbery, or stranger, or whatever. So to me, this puts him, this guy's like in a league of his own. So repulsive. White supremacist hats. And these people that defend him and defend the family and say you shouldn't have been live streaming outside, like anything to try to quiet it down. The only time is they'll message and say, will you share that GoFundMe? I find that very interesting. So you don't want us to talk about the story. You don't want to talk about the 2-year-old. That little 5-year-old girl is adorable. So is the little boy. It was Christmas time. No, he wasn't. He was okay. He was just quiet. No, he wasn't okay. His mother needs help. His mother needs help. Yeah, his mother needs a lot of help. That's who you raised. Stop talking about it. Yeah. But share the GoFundMe. No, I don't think so. Folks, this portion of our program, unreal. What a week it has been. I think it's sadder now. Sadder now that we've seen the photos and learned more. What is disgusting is I don't know of who I'll say this. She needed a better friend group. Needed better friend groups, certainly. But who I don't know. Maybe her friends are like, hey, you got to shed that guy. It's not a matter of blaming her. As I had said, there's 4 victims here, but there's 3 real victims, is the unborn child, the 2-year-old, the 5-year-old. But for the family, or whoever, well, the mother didn't post it, a cousin did. It doesn't matter. You people are doing a GoFundMe, and the money goes to Deb Arruda. And I actually have to entertain questions from people saying, well, maybe that was Danielle's mother. No, she had a maiden name. She took on that name. No, see, it doesn't, like, this is the mentality we're dealing with, which is, I assure you, I don't run in those types of circles. Folks, this portion of our program is brought to you by Propane Plus. Listen, for all your propane needs, call them 401-885-4209. In Massachusetts, 508-252-3359 for Propane Plus. Heating and cooling, residential or commercial, you can depend on Propane Plus. Call them today, 401-885-4209. Thank God I didn't share the GoFundMe. I had a bad feeling from the start, and now you learn the money's going to his. How much? How much? Cremation is like nothing. Again, I heard a funeral director offered to do it for nothing. Then where's all the money going? Oh, I get it. Who's getting all the money goes to Deb Arruda. Yeah, Nick's family. Oh, isn't that convenient? Well, they still have the house, and they can sell the house, and they could sell her car, even though apparently not working. There is someone that will pay for that house. As much as we say we wouldn't live there, there's someone that will come in from out of state, or someone that says, yeah, I'll live there, and they'll remake the whole thing, and we'll live there. It's just a fact. So there's going to be money there. It's a tough housing market. And on top of that, there's different resources. I have a problem with the nature of the whole thing. But the fact that the Arruda family, Nick Arruda, and they conveniently leave his picture and name off the GoFundMe, I have a problem with that. These people, they for whatever reason, they think they're smarter than everyone. I'll give them that. They're not, but they certainly think they're smarter than everyone. But when you picture him lounging around the house, smoking dope, giving himself tattoos, and playing video games, not working in 10 years, that is someone that thinks that he's smarter than everyone because he's getting away with it. Folks, this portion of our program is brought to you by Arch Design Builders. They specialize in residential design. It's a new year, and maybe in your home or business, you're thinking maybe it is time for a new kitchen or a new bathroom. Makes a huge difference in your home, or your basement, or a special project, or maybe you've always wanted a deck. You want to contact Arch Design Builders, 401-207-4124, 401-207-4124. I share their Facebook page. They are amazing. Eddie and Roxanne, husband-wife team that run Arch Design, complement each other beautifully. Honest, hardworking, Arch Design Builders. Maybe it is time. Hold on one moment. Maybe you've decided that you want to remodel your home or do a special project, whatever it may be. Arch Design Builders, 401-207-4124, 401-207-4124 for Arch Design Builders. Well, folks, good afternoon. Again, we are going to do Road Patrol Live. I also understand now why some of the people were saying no more stories on this. There should be no more stories. Well, that's because, admittedly, you get distracted by other stories. So I didn't see the whole situation with the GoFundMe. Now, let me say this. If the family, if the father, the shooter, if his family, if there are people that want to donate to his family, the Aryan Brotherhood, Hitler Youth, other white supremacist groups, if those individuals want to donate to his family, they absolutely 100% have the right to do that. That I don't understand it, but they have the right to do that. However, I do have a problem with the fact that there's a GoFundMe where the money is going to the father's family, Nick Arruda, the shooter, and they don't have his picture on it, and they mislead people into thinking, and they mention the wife's name and the children's name. I find that dishonest. I think they're purposely misleading people. Now, again, if many of the white supremacists in our area, in Coventry and West Greenwich, as much as I kind of criticize the media sometimes for saying, God, they're all chasing all these stories about these white supremacists. Maybe there's more of them than I thought, because they've come out of the woodwork when one of their fellow brothers completely, in my mind, lost his mind. Well, Nick was just kind of quiet. Yeah, he was quiet, all right. Yeah, quietly smoking dope, playing video games all day. But no, I'm not saying that. I mean, people have the right to donate to that. What I'm saying is this is one of the problems why these GoFundMes. But I still don't fully understand why these people were so gung-ho about it. If some of the children were wounded, I could understand that. If she survived it, I would understand that. If something had been done, you had the situation in Cumberland where there was a murder-suicide. The father took out the wife, and there were children, that were speared there. If you had a situation like that, and you want to raise money for the family, the children that survive something like that I could understand. Admittedly, I didn't fully get the whole thing, that we have to raise all this money for the mother that had her life taken from her, and her unborn child, and the two children. But now suddenly, well, now a different motive arrives, I should say. It's still horrific. It's still absolutely horrific. I do want to mention, ICE put out a story today. ICE Boston. They put out a story. I don't need to go through the whole element of the story, but they did put out a story today where, and someone may say, well, no, that's a positive story. It's a positive story. ICE Boston arrests convicted child molester in Rhode Island. So ICE arrested Jorge Armando Jacinto, December 15th, a.k.a. Jorge Santito Masigro, arrested following his release from the ACI after serving 14 years for child molestation. In 2012, Providence Superior Court convicted Mr. Jacinto 4 counts felony first-degree child molestation. That's penetration. And 5 counts of felony second-degree child molestation. Said Boston Field Office Director Patricia Hyde, who's terrific, by the way, friend of the program. Listen to this, is the part. And I don't understand the Rhode Island Republican Party. And I'm not going to do a big thing about it, because they are who they are. But ICE Boston lodged an immigration detainer against him while he was serving his sentences for those crimes. And to our surprise, we're fortunate the McKee administration honored it. So look at where we are right now, which is ICE has to go out of their way to thank Rhode Island Governor Dan McKee and the ACI, who report to him, for honoring the ICE detainer. Now, this also tells us something. This tells us something. Now, the rest of the media, you're not going to get this in the rest of the media. You're not. So, and I will do a story on it on DePetro.com. December 15th. So just, 3 weeks ago. December 15th. So, number one, the McKee administration, they honored the ICE detainer. And when he was released from the ACI, boom, they scooped him up. That's number one. Number two, what this truly does is undermine the McKee administration argument. What have they been saying in the past? Oh, we have no control over that. No, we have no control over that. Nope, when they're free, we have to release them. Well, not this time they didn't. Folks, do you see that already? He hasn't even taken office yet. And the Trump administration, their policies are taking hold. I find that very interesting. All right, it is Friday. There are so many people that are under the weather. There are. And how do I know that? From social media. I see people posting, oh, I've never been so sick. Oh, I'm so sick. Folks, you've come to the right place. Joining us right now is the Queen of Health, our friend Marie at It's My Health, 1099 Mendon Road in Cumberland. Good afternoon, Marie.
Hiya, John. How are things?
Very
Happy
good.
Friday.
Happy Friday. Happy New Year. Marie, right now, we are truly, to me, in the throes of winter. There's a lot of sick people out there, but good for them. Lucky for them. You have various products that could help them in them being sick.
Yeah, we do. We do have a lot of cold and flu products, that help to get you through it. A number of different things, from homeopathics to herbal things, and plenty of teas that can be helpful. You just got to hang in there and keep your immune system up as much as you can. Now, and it's also that you've got some lip balm there too. That's a good thing to do when this time of year, especially with all the wind we've had.
Yes, very much so. Now, Marie, what are some of our products we have today that's going to hopefully keep?
So I was thinking about, our skin this time of year. I don't know about you, but my hands, from washing them all the time, because so many sick people do come in, so I'm always washing my hands. They get kind of raw and dry, and it's been so windy and cold out there that this is usually the time of year you start getting all those little splits in your fingers. And so there are things that can be done. I've got a few products I can show you. So Badger makes one for hardworking hands. It's like a salve. That one works really well. A number of lotions that can be used. We have a newer serum, body serum. So that is really nice. I've been using it. Usually this time of year, my legs get really, really dry, get that alligator skin. This is really nice after a shower. It goes on really nice. It's got some great ingredients in it. There's a few different scents that you can do. And our feet too. We need things for our feet because our feet get really dry this time of year. I don't know, with the heat on in the house and being outside in the cold. If you're a skier or you're outside a lot, still consider some SPF, especially for your face as it's being exposed. And the lip balms, we have those with SPF and without. So a number of different oils and soaps, even, oatmeal soap is really good for dry skin. So different things that you can incorporate into your daily routine that can be helpful. Even just some almond oil on the skin after a shower. It's heavy enough, but it can keep that moisture in the skin.
Marie, what have you had some people coming in? Because I see people, I've been sick for a week, I've been sick. Have you had people coming in, and what you might recommend for them to try to restabilize their body?
Oh yeah, just a multivitamin even for a little while, just to make sure, especially if they haven't been eating well because, they haven't been feeling well, that can help to get some nutrients, back into the body, even if you don't normally take a multi, that may be a good thing. But certainly vitamin C, some zinc, vitamin D is really important this time of year. You can get yourself tested to see, what your vitamin D levels are right now. But a lot of people take it just this time of year because we have no sunlight. And even if we're out in it, we have so many clothes on, we don't get any exposure. And it can also help with mood this time of year, the vitamin D. So good vitamins, minerals too. We need our minerals. Some people do the Celtic salt or the Himalayan salt, a little bit of that every day because it has so many minerals in it. And then we do have mineral supplements as well.
Folks, again, she is the Queen of Health. It is a new year. It is Marie, the Queen of Health at It's My Health, 1099 Mendon Road in Cumberland. Anything on tap this weekend, Super Saturday at It's My Health?
Well, today we do have, tonight we have a gong bath, so it's a sound healing. We have quite a crowd that'll be here tonight, enjoying all of that and getting rebalanced with sound healing. And we probably could fit a few more people, but we're pretty packed. And then tomorrow we do have yoga and Pilates in the morning. The store will be open from 9 to 4. And then we have the Power of 8 meditation group that meets the second Saturday of every month. So that's a good sized group that's doing meditation. They tackle various things from, if somebody has something special going on or worldly things. And we certainly have plenty of those happening. So they will take the time and meditate on those just to bring some good energy into everyday life.
Marie, what's involved with the gong bath?
So they have these big metal circular gongs, and they set those up, but they use a lot of different sound instruments. So as everyone's laying on the floor, comfortable on yoga mats and blankets and pillows, they'll come over us with drums. They'll be playing the drum over you. Rain sticks. They have so many different instruments, crystal bowls, all of that to raise vibration and to balance the energies in the body. You really feel like you're in another world when that's going on.
Folks, again, stop in and see the Queen of Health, Marie at It's My Health, 1099 Mendon Road in Cumberland. You are the Queen. I want to wish you a happy new year. Keep doing your thing, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Thanks, John. Take care.
All right, folks, there it is. Marie at It's My Health, 1099 Mendon Road in Cumberland. Right now at 1:52. Folks, good afternoon. Again, it is the real news. I'm seeing, wow, I don't understand how, again, these individuals that just don't want to see the whole, it's got to be his friends and family, which, no, I don't, I know the woman that posted, there's two families that are suffering here. I don't know. I'm not thinking about his family. I'm not denying that, but it sure sounds as though they cut everything off. But I also want to touch on, again, the situation regarding the fact that ICE Boston put out a press release saying this time Governor McGreed, they held this perverted individual. This time they held that individual. And this time ICE was able to get this person into custody. I want to just come back to what that demonstrates to me, and it should not be lost on anyone right now at 1:53 on this Friday. What should not be lost on anyone is that all the times in the past, and I know that he would do an interview with his segment, Protect the Governor, and say, yeah, we didn't have a choice. Oh, I couldn't control that. And all of a sudden, with the Trump administration coming in, he tells the prison to honor the ICE detainer. So they were able to grab that child molester. So I think it's also interesting that that person was just going to be released. Now, folks, at right now at 1:54 on this Friday, this portion of the program is brought to you by Watson Materials. They are, again, the largest selection of landscape materials in Rhode Island is Watson Materials. Give them a call today. You can request a quote, 401 885 0600. 401 885 0600. Watson Materials, landscape lighting, pavers, retaining walls, natural stone, unlock fairstone, cobblestone, Watson mulch, Watson Materials, the most complete selection of landscape materials in Rhode Island. Call them, request a quote, 401 885 0600 for Watson Materials. Well, folks, good afternoon. The good news with this sunshine is, God bless me, as I can see, the sun is out. The temperature actually is going to climb north of 40 degrees this afternoon, which is very, very good. We will be active with Road Patrol Live. We'll be doing that later. I want to, once again, folks, it's I don't know what the other media did with the story in West Greenwich. I don't know. I was at Providence City Hall the other night, and we're covering how they had the little political stunt, and someone unknown to me, I won't say who it was. I know who it was. I won't say who it was, but came up and said, because they're putting pressure on McKee, and they're trying to get him to declare an emergency. And admittedly, I don't get the whole thing. I mean, they said we're going to have the Da Vinci Center, which is in the north end of Providence. We're going to have that open. And even at the City Hall chambers, there were maybe 20 people. So is it really a crisis when you have 20 people? And I don't know where maybe the 20 people just hang out in Kennedy Plaza, and instead of taking a bus back to wherever they live, they figured, yeah, we'll just crash here for the night. But the person said to me, did you hear what the McKee person said on Pork Boy's show today? And admittedly, folks, like I don't listen to that stuff. Anytime, there's no reason to. There's nothing there. It's not. They're following all of the Den of Thieves stuff, the State House stuff. To me, the West Greenwich story, it's as real as it gets. And I want to come back to this. There's nothing wrong in people talking about it. There's nothing wrong with people sharing their thoughts and emotions on it. It's a very emotional story. I also recognize there's a number of people that they don't like topics like this. It makes them uncomfortable. As I've said, I know of someone who, it's not a claim to fame, but they will state they've never been to a wake, will never go. What about a funeral? Nope. Never go to a funeral. Well, that's nothing to brag about. That's nothing to, you show respect for someone you knew or the family of someone you knew and a loved one. That's nothing to crow about in any way. I think it was best said by the nurse that was saying that in the hospital, they encounter families, that when there's a very ill member of the family, that there's always, and it's sometimes the immature. Hey, whenever you have a family, there's always someone who's like the most immature of the group who they don't want to talk about it because they feel if they don't talk about it, it's not real, but it is real. And I did see an article, I think in the Boston Globe. I don't even think I read it yet because I was up early because of Court TV, but who was talking about mental health. And what a lot of people don't recognize is This is the time to talk about something like this when people are paying attention. This whole notion of, you talk about it after, well, the people move on to the next story. I also want to mention, the California thing, and I know we're coming up at 2:00 in the 2:00 news. Who knows what may hit this afternoon? We're definitely doing Road Patrol Live later. Subscriber only. Then we open it up and everyone can watch it later. But 7 cents, you can be a subscriber. What you're seeing in California is when you put people in positions of power that are not up to the job, and the disaster that can happen, like that mayor of Los Angeles and even Governor Newsom for that matter. Folks, listen, thank you, everybody. Enjoy your weekend radio-wise. Everybody else, for Road Patrol Live, we will see you at the earliest is tonight. Stay tuned for the 2:00 news.